me tell y'all this. This is my problem. This is a dating show. So you can't be mad that people are actively dating, right? Now, I wasn't doing anything with anybody because, I mean, y'all saw I left mid-show. I didn't really, I thought I was trying to form connections. It didn't happen. So I'm cool with everybody. The other thing that I don't like, this is what I was pissed off about. If you don't like me, just don't like me. Everybody's not for everybody, but don't sit here and lie on me or lie on my name. I'm a mother. I got daughters. Don't sit here and call me out of my name and be rude to me in public when I got you in a club and then be rude. No, ma'am.
I don't know why nobody don't like me. I didn't do nothing to
We don't
nobody.
know why they don't like us because the people that know me know I'm so
We're not
friendly.
friends.
Chris, how much I get in trouble for being friendly?
So, and it's
Girl,
a
I'm
dating
not
show.
with no Joel. I love him. He's like my brother.
So,
I'm not
yeah.
with him.
I don't care. You don't care.
If you look at any of our page, if you look at any of our pages,
I
Love
think it was
yourself.
very tacky. It was very tacky for
I'm
how some
like,
of the
what I
women
do? I ain't
came
did
for
nothing
other
to
women
nobody.
for doing what we were here to do. We
That's
can't
my friend. I can lay
hear you,
my head
Chris.
on his chest if I want to. He's single shit.
he's single.
That's my friend. Why I can't lay my head down? That was my good angle shit. Joelle is a hugger, so
Yeah, he's a
we
hugger.
like to be close.
But you know what though? But still, her point is that in her mind,
I didn't say it, LaShonda. You did.
they were in a relationship. So that's really the bottom line. They,
Right.
she and there's nothing that we can say about that.
Oh, y'all can't
No.
hear me.
And
Together.
no, Chris, you're breaking up.
So,
And let me tell you this.
We got to do one tomorrow.
To Tressa's point, I think V is like an old-fashioned dater, and I think
What y'all
that
doing?
it got lost in translation
Yeah,
in a dating show.
Okay.
I think that she's the kind of person that, like, even in a dating show, she likes somebody, she
I know.
expects everybody to step
Look,
back from
trying to
them,
leave. Where they
and
going?
some people are like that. There's nothing wrong with that, but in
Hurry
the
up.
forum that we were in, it wasn't
Okay.
appropriate. So you didn't have to get mad at me or try to wreak havoc with me or
I'll never tell.
dog me or call me and Chris hoes or whatever you
I
were
can be
calling
petty
us
too.
because somebody thought we were cute or whatever, or you thought or you assumed that it was something else going on. Like, that was unnecessary
she
because I never did that to
apologized.
you.
I don't know how to mute.
She apologized at that moment, but then it continued on, and we didn't get to see the rest of that in the reunion clips that they showed.
Okay. I mean, and again, the bottom line was this is the thing. When you date, you have to understand how that person, what is dating to that person. Some people want you to stop talking to anybody, any and everybody, and focus on them. And so we're not there when them two are talking to each other. So maybe whatever Joelle said in her mind, they were together. So we can't speak on that.
Right. I can't speak on that at all. But I can understand where she's coming from, but it all could have been solved if someone had informed me that, oh, this is the rumor or this is what I believe, because I'm a woman, right? So hit me up like a woman and I could have cleared that up and maybe things could have went better for y'all, because this imaginative relationship between me and Joel, you would have deaded that, because you would have learned straight from the horse's mouth that didn't exist.
Bottom line. And anytime somebody take a picture of Joelle, they say we together.
Right.
It doesn't matter
No.
Anybody if you take a picture with him and because you're touching him, that means that y'all together. But that's because those are old dating rule type of people.
And that's fair, but don't degrade other women. Let me know. Just let me know, and I could have cleared it up for you.
Right.
I don't know who spread the rumor. I don't even know how it started. But
yeah, we'll come back on.
Came to me, and I could have helped you out with that.
Love y'all.
I did.
Love y'all.
Thank you.
Hi guys, so I'm sure you guys know that the second part of the reunion was on Friday for Ready to Love season 4, And so Stacy went live. I believe she went live last night, and she was kind of, speaking to the Verneisha'S situation. I kind of figured she would. I will put her page name in the description so you can go and watch the entire video if you want. It's like 20 minutes long. I just kind of wanted to get to the main, to the point, which was, her take on what Verneisha had to say. Even though she kind of spoke a little bit during the reunion as well, but she's, just from listening to her talk, you kind of know that Verneisha was not I didn't think that anyway. Verneisha was definitely not imagining what she was saying. Clearly Joel was off forming another relationship in the back end, and it seems like there was a whole lot going on in this back end that was way more interesting than was going on in the front end. But I digress. I think that some of the stuff should have played out on this show. Like I said, they probably need to put them under contract not to do all this stuff outside of the cameras, because now here's another situation that wasn't aired. And I feel like Venetian's not imagining that Joan moved on. Even though she came off possessive or territorial, whatever you want to call it, she did come off that way. But I feel like he gave her reasons to feel that way. If you guys understand what I mean, I feel like he was definitely leading her on during this process. I don't think that she's just coming out of nowhere with all of this. I think that he was not as honest as he should have been with what he really wanted from this show. I don't think he, was as honest with her about his real interest in her. And, some people were on Twitter. It was a whole debate going on Twitter. Did she say that they were intimate as an intimate, intimate? Or if she meant just like kissing and hugging and cuddling, Netflix and chill type intimate, because I feel like there's more than one way to be intimate with somebody. That's just my opinion. But people were on Twitter were saying that she said that she gave up the cookie. I don't know. I didn't get that from what she was saying. I didn't gather that the way some people were taking that from what she said. And I'm sure she's going to be out here doing interviews. I think Stacy's probably going to interview again as well, especially since she's kind of pulled into this. I don't know if Joel will interview or not. I think he's only done one that I was able to see with Little Black Book. I think he did one interview. So I'm not sure if he's going to do the interviews because it sounds like he's wearing a little bit of a mask to me. He's a little bit of a disappointment to come out of this because, I'm from Louisiana as well. So I don't like the what he's representing. I don't think that that's New Orleans. To me, I think the men there are a little more realer than that. I think that he could have went to Verneisha and said, look, I want to be on the show. We'll see what happens when we make it, right? He could have been honest on the back end. He didn't have to say that in front of the cameras, but he could have let her know not to get emotionally tied to him in any way. But I think that he was doing the things to make her that way because he knew that would make her keep him there. And then if you were going to start some other relationship with Stacy, you should have said that to her. You should have told her that too. Not have other people going back telling her stuff because you guys know that you're on a cast full of people, right? And it looks to me like this cast is not like the cast from last season. I guess because they were all together and they had to film all together and stay there, at that resort. Their bond is a little different from this cast. I think the people on this season seem a little more clicked up. Like there's definitely cliques, right? And so I think that people that probably get along with Stacy and Chrisantheium and the rest of these people well enough to hang out with them, but they may like Verneisha a little more, and so they may have went back and told her certain things. I don't doubt that. That's how people operate, and so I feel like to keep from dealing with stuff like that, he should have just told Verneisha the truth. That's my opinion. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments. Because I feel like you can listen to Stacy and you can kind of see that she was forming something with Joel outside of that show. Now, I don't know if the reunion was filmed right after the show, or if the show came on air before. Because I feel like if you were watching this show back, you know that Verneisha and Joel were supposed to be a couple. So I don't get what she's trying to say with that, because she's saying, you guys know this is a dating show, and I'm like, yeah, it's a dating show, but there was supposed to, the whole point of the show is for you to find someone to connect with. You're either going to do that or you're not. And like David said, he didn't feel like there was someone there for him. That's fine. You can self-eliminate. I believe Jay self-eliminated last season, right? When Joy left, he went on and self-eliminated. Like, why continue to try to play the game if you know that there's really nobody there for you, if the person that you've been a sort of you thought was that person, and she turns out that she's not that person, just leave. But when you're gonna go on the back end and start dating people, it's not like she's saying she's not dating him, but there are images of her and Joel out there. And then the whole other thing is that somebody is obviously taking things back to Verneisha. Now, I don't know when Verneisha's going to do an interview with, and with who. I don't know if she's going to interview with Crystal or with Little Black Book or some of the other YouTuber or not. But I'm sure people are going to ask her about these things. Like, who was the person that came back and told you? Amber was looking a little guilty. She seemed to have a lot to say for whatever reason on this situation. I don't know if it was Amber. Maybe Amber had her own experience with Verneisha, and that's what that was, and that's it. But somebody definitely was going back saying that she saw, or they, or he, or she saw Stacy with Joel. And it sounds like Joel was hanging out with the cast and what have you without Verneisha, which should have been a sign for Verneisha as well. Because if y'all was supposed to be an item, there was no reason for him not to, call you to go out with these other people. That's just my opinion. You guys can let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. I'm sure we're probably going to touch on this topic again, because I do think this Stacy and Verneisha thing may get a little heated. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't think Verneisha was imagining that, though. Is she a little too territorial for a dating show? Yeah, probably. Maybe she didn't, and she definitely didn't pick up on the signs and the red flags, like people were saying on Twitter, that Joel was giving. But at the same time, I think it's a lot of stuff that we didn't see. I think that he was definitely, like I said before, I think he was definitely doing things to keep her reeled in, to keep her thinking that he was interested. I don't think that Verneisha is imagining this. That's just my opinion. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.